Hey teachers, I'm going to show you how to use GradeTransferer's name discrepancy fixer. Let's get started. You might run into transferring issues if the platform you are grabbing from has variations of student names compared to the gradebook you are filling into. This feature allows you to save a list of rules that will fix the discrepancies, regardless of which supported platforms you are transferring between. Let's start with an example. In Google Classroom, my student's name, John, is spelled John, and in PowerSchool, his name is spelled Jon. So let's set up a rule to fix this. Open GradeTransfer and expand the extension by clicking on the hamburger button, and then go to Advanced Settings. In Advanced Settings, we want the Name Discrepancy Fixer tab. And when you scroll down, you will see that we have both the option to import an entire class of names at once or set up individual rules. I'll show you the import feature in a moment, but for now, we're going to set up a rule. So on the left side, we will enter the student's name exactly as it's grabbed. You can take a look in your briefcase after grabbing if you need to check. For me, my student's name is Becco, John. And then on the right side, we're going to enter their name exactly how it appears in our filling gradebook. So for my student, that is Jon, Becco. Now, we want to leave commas out of our rule because they are intentionally filtered out by the service. When you're ready, click Add, and you will see the student's naming rule saved at the list below. Now, when we go to grab, we should see the student's name adjusted in that pop-up summary. So right here, I can see his name actually was switched from Becco, John, to Jon, Becco. If you don't see that switch happening, then you want to take a look back in your rule and make sure that you set it up correctly. And from here, we should be able to effortlessly fill into our gradebook. There we go. If you need to set rules for lots of students at once, you can use the import feature. First, we are going to grab all of our students from an assignment, and then we will go to the Name Discrepancy Fixer, and we're going to click the Import from Briefcase button. You might be prompted to quickly click on the extension and then click Import from Briefcase again. Now we will have all of our students in the class auto-populated as their names are grabbed, and then on the right side, we can make adjustments to how we want their names to be filled. So for John, there was a typo, but some other common examples that can create a need for the name discrepancy fixer is when students have nicknames, hyphenated last names, or middle names and initials showing up differently in each gradebook. If it's a middle name issue, you might actually be able to adjust your view settings in your gradebook to quickly fix that for everyone, but if not, you can adjust it here. So I can make Frank into Francis, for example. I can change Mateo Cook to be Mateo Cook Valdez, and I can adjust pterodactyl to be Tara as dactyl for her middle initial. It's worth pointing out that GradeTransferer's flexible name matching algorithm might be able to identify your students without adding these rules, so you only need to make these adjustments if the transfer isn't working. When you click Add, only the students who have new adjustments set up will be added. Anyone who remained the same will be dropped. Sometimes teachers grab from multiple websites, so you can have multiple rules set up if needed. For example, I've got John mapped to be Jon for Google Classroom, but I could also set up Johnny to be matched to John Becco if his name is showing up as Johnny in Edpuzzle, for example. So with that in mind, you can have multiple rules for different grabbing platforms with different versions on the left side. However, there's only one place where you need to fill it into, so the names on the right should always remain consistent. To wrap up, let's go over a few troubleshooting tips and related features. When using the name discrepancy fixer, make sure to leave commas out of your rules, and check the summary after grabbing to ensure you've created your rules correctly. If you need to set up multiple rules for the same student, make sure the left side has the unique, differently grabbed version, while the right side has the consistent filling version. And then if middle names or initials are an issue, you might be able to adjust the display settings in either gradebook to match. If additional information is attached to student names, you can use GradeTransferer's pattern remover. If similar student names are being matched to each other, you can make the name matching algorithm stricter under the custom override section. Both of these adjustments can be made in the advanced settings. If this video helped you, share it with a fellow teacher so they can save time and avoid typos too. That's all for now. Happy transferring.